Well, good morning, everybody. This is Rockin' Spirit Jen coming to you once again with an amazing essential oil and a few tips for this coming spring and planting season. I just got out of bed and here's my cup of brew. And guess what I love more than coffee? Essential oils, of course. And when essential oils are in my coffee or tea or tonic, so it's an amazing thing. What do I have in my diffuser necklace today? But a very wonderful blend called Forgive. And forgive is just what it says. When we don't forgive, we're not at peace. And let me clear this off. When we don't forgive, we're not at peace. And actually, unforgiveness does more harm to the person harboring that unforgiveness to the person than the person that you need to forgive. Because when we don't have forgiveness, we harbor anger and guilt and resentment and bitterness, and strife comes up, and then pessimism and slothfulness. I mean, just all kinds of things come out of unforgiveness, because what it is it's a stumbling block and a roadblock to being productive in life, because you're at a mental block, and then that mental block causes physical blocks and ailments, and just excuse after excuse comes out of unforgiveness, and not having a repentant heart as well. So if you're somebody that might tend to be a little bit more on the critical side or are easily offended, then an essential oil like Forgive might help to support that when you find yourself entering situations that are not restful for you, or that challenge you in a place where it might bring some hostility, because this is something that is out of your comfort zone, or relationships or situations. So what you can do is apply an essential oil like Forgive, and it'll help to support those emotional pathways for you to be able to see things maybe more clearly, have a little bit more of a understanding and repentant heart, and not having anger issues and all these things fester. So use it throughout the day if you're struggling with that type of emotion. And then I encourage you to pray and ask God to help you in those areas where you harbor unforgiveness or bitterness, or you feel like somebody's not even forgiving you, and your heart's in a good condition and it's on the other side. You too then cannot feel unforgiveness towards that person that's not extending you forgiveness, and you can just walk in peace, okay? And so I wanted to share that with you today, because I know that it's a challenging thing for many people today, especially in the hustle and bustle and the expectations that we have for other people to meet our needs, which other people are not supposed to meet our needs. God's supposed to meet our needs, and we're supposed to take care of ourselves to the best of our ability. And what other people can do to come alongside on their own free will offering, then we accept that and we thank them for where they could meet us and however they can meet us, not according to our expectation, but according to what they feel in their heart to offer, and be good with that, and forgive expectation on others that don't meet your requirements. Okay, those things need to be let go, and essential oils help to support that, and to help us get into a good frame of mind. And prayer, always prayer first, and the Bible first, and God's standards. Those are the best way out, and then the other things are just helpmates and supports to help you achieve what you know is right, good, and true in your heart from the Word. Now, on another note, what I want to tell you about spring and the planting season. This is a great time of birth and renewal and new life coming onto this planet, and we're stewards of that as we plant seeds and we nourish and nurture them and water them and tend to them, tend to the garden. There's pests and there's tares that come up amongst the wheat, so they say in the Word. And those tares are pestilence, okay? They're bugs and insects and things that want to diminish our work, and things that we have to fight and strive against. And what better way to give a safe haven and harbor to our plants by using essential oils that bugs and pestilence do not like. So you can take and mix in a spray bottle, let's say some peppermint, a little bit of citronella, some lemon, eucalyptus, cinnamon, things that bugs don't like, black pepper, hot things, and spritz your leaves. You don't necessarily want that stuff in the root system, because if they're things that rid insects and pests and things, you don't necessarily want them to get into the root system, because there is an insecticide. There could be a little bit of herbicide in there, so you want to be careful with getting that and putting it down into the soil. But certainly you can spray the leaves as a deterrent, and as often as you need it, and especially in June when those pesky Japanese beetles, as we get here in the Midwest, want to eat your leaves clean to skeletal. And that just doesn't work for me, okay? It ruins everything. Oh, I hate that when they come in and they eat all of my kale and my tomato plants and anything else that they can get a hold of. And then the deer, they eat my strawberries and my dandelions that are in my garden bed that I juice with. I don't like that either, because strawberries are very good for you. The black seeds of the strawberries are so beneficial for your health. Dandelions is a great support for the liver, for anti-cancer, strengthens the body. The immune system is just the most wonderful thing. People should not be killing their dandelions, but picking them out and eating them. And God is so good because they reproduce so fast. You can keep your body in the most healthful state. And the dynamic out there with that free wild food that God has given us, if people just had a clue, would do the research why these things are pestilence, and are they really a pestilence and a bother, or are they really a gracious gift from God that's free for us right in our front yard that He gives us as a very compassionate God. Get to know God and His goodness and greatness. But one thing I did find out about the deer is I kept in my garden marigolds. I wasn't sure how effective they were because I saw other bugs in there. But I had them in all my beds anyway, and just kept them through the year, and left them after the garden died out and the marigolds were still living and still present, and I left them. And finally in the dead of winter I thought, you know, I really don't need these in here anymore. Pull them out and make room for the next year. But my strawberries were doing really good, and my dandelions were doing great, the greens. And but I thought, I'm just going to yank these out, and doggone it, the next morning I woke up leveled. The deer got in there and ate every strawberry leaf, every dandelion leaf. There was nothing left. I didn't think just the presence of dandelion had such an impact to keep the deer away, rabbits, whatever. And the second I took those out, even though it was the dead of winter, most things were dead, man, the deer were in there the next day. So this year, there's going to be a perimeter around my garden fence, the outside of marigolds, and in the inside of my plants, and I'm going to leave them there. As long as anything's alive and green, I'm going to keep the deer out. I'm not going to build a big fence. Don't need a big fence. You need the right plants. So marigold's a good thing. Anyway, that's a lot of information today. I hope you could use it, enjoy it, spread the word, like, share, visit my websites. I'm starting to trickle in products. I've got probably about 30 different products to finish up and get them posted. Just have baby steps in there right now. I haven't launched it really for everybody because I don't want y'all coming and seeing one or two things and going, oh, big deal, see you later. Don't come back. I want to give you something to really tantalize your eyes and your thoughts of, oh, this would be great to have in my life. How fun, how beneficial. I want to keep you there to browse and just to enjoy my creativity and things that my mind thinks about that maybe is not out on the marketplace yet. I'm just bringing my gifts and talents to you, and the things that I enjoy, I make for myself first, and then I want to share them with you guys. So with that, God bless and make it a great day. See you tomorrow.